There is a whispered secret that echoes through the annals of time, a resonance woven into the very fabric of existence, a silent hum beneath the cacophony of modern life. It's not a secret guarded by ancient cults or hidden scrolls, but one open to all, yet perceived by so few. It is the undeniable truth that the universe bends to the will of a definite purpose, and that financial abundance, often seen as a fleeting phantom, is in fact a tangible manifestation of an organized mind. Look around you. Do you see the gleaming towers that pierce the clouds, the technological marvels that shrink the world, the empires built from audacious dreams? These are not accidents of fate. They are the tangible evidence of minds that dared to conceive, that dared to believe, and that dared to act. For too long, we have been conditioned to see abundance as a privilege, a stroke of luck, or a consequence of birthright. We have been lulled into a collective trance, convinced that financial freedom is a distant shore, reachable only by a chosen few, tossed about by the whims of an unpredictable economy. This narrative, my friends, is a construct, a cage built of limiting beliefs designed to keep the masses tethered to scarcity while the architects of their own destinies soar. It's time to shatter that illusion. It's time to understand that the very same laws that govern the stars, that orchestrate the seasons, that guide the migrating birds, also govern the flow of wealth into your life. These are not abstract theories. They are the bedrock principles upon which all lasting fortunes are built. They are the undeniable laws of financial abundance. Consider the titan of industry, Andrew Carnegie, who rose from poverty to become the wealthiest man of his time. Was it mere luck? Or was it an unwavering dedication to a definite purpose, a relentless pursuit of knowledge, and an unparalleled mastery of organized effort? He understood, perhaps instinctively, that the mind is a magnet, attracting to itself that which it consistently holds. He saw steel not just as a commodity, but as the very backbone of a burgeoning nation, and he willed it into being. He didn't just desire wealth. He defined it, planned for it, and then executed with an almost divine certainty. This journey, your journey, begins not with the accumulation of capital, but with the cultivation of consciousness. It begins with a profound realization that your outer world is but a mirror reflecting your inner landscape. If your inner world is riddled with doubt, fear, and a pervasive sense of lack, then your outer world will mirror that scarcity. If your inner world is vibrant with conviction, clarity, and an unwavering expectation of success, then the universe, in its infinite wisdom, will conspire to deliver it. This is not a quaint spiritual notion. It is a fundamental law of cause and effect, as immutable as gravity. The first, and perhaps most vital pillar upon which financial abundance rests is the bedrock of a definite purpose. Imagine a ship without a rudder, adrift on a boundless ocean. Where does it go? Nowhere. It is tossed by every wave, pulled by every current, ultimately lost to the vastness. So, too, is a life without a definite purpose. We drift from one fleeting interest to another, chasing shadows, expending precious energy on endeavors that lead nowhere substantial. The vast majority of humanity lives this way, reacting to circumstances rather than orchestrating them. They wish for abundance, they hope for success, but they never decide it. A definite purpose is not merely a wish. It is a burning desire, a clearly defined objective so compelling that it consumes your thoughts, fuels your actions, and shapes your very being. It is the precise amount of money you intend to acquire, the specific service you intend to render in return for it, and the exact date by which you intend to possess it. This isn't about magical thinking. It's about programming your subconscious mind, the most powerful computer known to man, to relentlessly pursue that objective. When you have a definite purpose, your mind becomes a highly sophisticated search engine, constantly scanning your environment for opportunities, resources, and connections that align with your goal. Without it, you are simply a browser with no query, scrolling endlessly through irrelevant data. Think of Henry Ford. Before the Model T became a global phenomenon, before the assembly line revolutionized industry, there was a man with an audacious vision. He didn't just want to build cars. He wanted to build a car for the masses, a vehicle accessible to every family. This was his definite purpose. Many said it was impossible, that the costs were too high, that the market wasn't ready. But Ford's definite purpose was a relentless fire within him, burning away all doubt, all opposition. He faced countless setbacks, financial struggles, and ridicule, but his purpose was his compass, guiding him through every storm until his vision became a tangible reality that reshaped the world. His story is not unique. It is the blueprint for every monumental achievement, every significant fortune ever amassed. The specificity, the unwavering commitment, the absolute belief in the attainment of the goal, this is the crucible in which definite purpose is forged. Once your definite purpose is etched into the very core of your being, the next monumental step is to cultivate burning desire. A mere wish is a fleeting whisper on the wind, easily forgotten, quickly extinguished. A burning desire, however, is an inferno that incinerates obstacles, illuminates pathways, and propels you forward with an unstoppable momentum. This is not a passive yearning. It is an active, relentless hunger, a gnawing dissatisfaction with the status quo, an unyielding resolve to achieve your definite purpose, come what may. This desire must be so intense that it transcends mere hope and transforms into an absolute conviction. It must be so powerful that it overrides fear, silences doubt, and renders temporary defeat meaningless. When Thomas Edison was perfecting the light bulb, he faced thousands of failures. Imagine the sheer mental fortitude required to endure hundreds, then thousands of experiments that yielded no immediate results. What fueled him? A burning desire to bring light to the world, to conquer the darkness. Each failure was simply a step closer to success, a lesson learned, a refinement of his approach. His desire was not for comfort or ease, it was for discovery, for innovation, for the realization of his vision. This insatiable hunger is what separates the dreamers from the doers, the aspiring from the achieving. To ignite this burning desire, you must immerse yourself in your definite purpose. Visualize it relentlessly. Feel the emotions of its attainment. See yourself living the life your abundance will afford you. Engage all your senses. If your definite purpose is a specific sum of money, see it in your bank account. Feel the weight of it in your hands. Hear the sounds of the opportunities it creates. Let it become an obsession, but a constructive obsession, one that focuses all your mental and physical energies toward a singular, compelling objective. This intensity, this focused yearning, sends an undeniable signal to the universe, instructing it to align circumstances, people, and resources to bring your desire into fruition. This leads us inevitably to the power of faith. Not blind faith, not religious dogma, but an unshakable belief in the attainment of your definite purpose. Faith is the chemistry of the mind, the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. It is the absolute conviction that what you envision and what you desire will manifest. Without this profound belief, your definite purpose remains a mere fantasy, and your burning desire a fleeting spark. Consider the story of Walt Disney. He didn't just dream of a magical kingdom. He believed in it with every fiber of his being, long before the first stone of Disneyland was laid. He faced skepticism, financial hurdles that seemed insurmountable, and repeated rejection from investors. Yet, his faith in his vision never wavered. He could see the families laughing, the children marveling, the magic unfolding, even when others saw only empty land and immense debt. His faith was contagious. It inspired those around him to commit, to invest, to build, and in time, what was once an intangible vision became a tangible, iconic reality. Faith is not wishful thinking. It is the active programming of your subconscious mind to accept your definite purpose as an accomplished fact. It is the unwavering expectation of success. This requires a relentless bombardment of your mind with positive affirmations, with vivid visualizations, and with constant reminders of your goal. You must starve your doubts and feed your faith. Any thought of failure, any flicker of uncertainty, must be immediately banished and replaced with an affirmative declaration of your success. This constant, deliberate conditioning transforms belief from a passive hope into an active, creative force. This proactive cultivation of faith forms an unbreakable triad with definite purpose and burning desire. Together, they create an unstoppable momentum, a vibrational frequency that resonates with the very essence of abundance. Now, for any great dream to materialize, there must be a mastermind alliance. Napoleon Hill emphasized this profoundly, understanding that no single individual possesses all the knowledge, skills, or resources necessary to achieve truly monumental success. Financial abundance, especially on a grand scale, is almost always a collaborative endeavor. A mastermind alliance is a coordination of knowledge and effort in a spirit of harmony between two or more people for the attainment of a definite purpose. It is the synergistic power of multiple minds focused on a single objective. Think of the partnership between Thomas Edison and Henry Ford. While distinct in their fields, they shared a profound respect, exchanged ideas, and supported each other's endeavors. Ford learned valuable lessons about mass production from Edison, and Edison benefited from Ford's innovative thinking. Their informal alliance undoubtedly accelerated their respective journeys. Consider the legendary brain trust that surrounded President Abraham Lincoln during the American Civil War. He intentionally gathered individuals of diverse opinions and strengths, even those who had initially been his rivals, and harnessed their collective intelligence to navigate the nation's darkest hour. He understood that true leadership wasn't about having all the answers, but about knowing how to leverage the collective genius of others. Your mastermind alliance doesn't have to be formal. It can be a group of mentors, advisors, peers, or even just one trusted individual with whom you regularly share ideas and strategies. The key is the spirit of harmony and the shared commitment to a definite purpose. When minds collaborate in this way, something extraordinary happens. Ideas spark, insights emerge, and solutions to seemingly insurmountable problems become apparent. The collective intelligence of the group far surpasses the sum of its individual parts. It's like connecting multiple individual generators to a single power grid. The energy output becomes exponentially greater. In today's interconnected world, a mastermind alliance can transcend geographical boundaries. It can be built through online communities, virtual collaborations, or targeted networking. The principle remains the same. Seek out those who resonate with your ambition, who possess complementary skills, and who are committed to mutual growth. Be willing to give as much as you receive, to share your knowledge, and to support their aspirations. This symbiotic relationship is a potent catalyst for accelerating your journey to financial abundance. But even with a definite purpose, burning desire, unwavering faith, and a powerful mastermind alliance, there must be organized planning. A brilliant idea without a concrete plan is merely a pleasant fantasy. It's like having a treasure map without the coordinates, or a blueprint without the construction schedule. The path to abundance is not paved with good intentions, but with meticulous, actionable steps. Organized planning involves breaking down your definite purpose into smaller, manageable tasks, assigning timelines, and identifying the resources required. It's about translating your grand vision into a series of daily, weekly, and monthly actions. When you have a plan, uncertainty diminishes and clarity emerges. You know exactly what needs to be done, by whom, and by when. Think of the meticulous planning involved in launching a rocket to the moon. Every single component, every single step, every single contingency is carefully planned, calculated, and executed. The success of the mission hinges on this organized planning. Similarly, your financial journey requires the same level of precision and forethought. This is where the rubber meets the road. It's where you translate the abstract into the actionable. It requires discipline, foresight, and a willingness to adapt. Your plan is not a rigid decree. It's a living document, subject to refinement as you gather new information and overcome unforeseen challenges. The true power of organized planning lies in its ability to transform an overwhelming objective into a series of achievable milestones, building momentum and confidence with each step forward. And within this framework of organized planning lies the crucial element of decision. Indecision is the thief of opportunity, the silent killer of dreams. The world is filled with individuals who possess immense potential, brilliant ideas, and even a definite purpose, but who are paralyzed by the inability to make firm, swift decisions. They deliberate endlessly, waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect conditions, the perfect alignment of stars. The perfect moment, my friends, is now. The most successful individuals throughout history have been characterized by their decisiveness. When Henry Ford decided to pay his workers 5 a day, a revolutionary concept at the time, it was a bold and immediate decision that reshaped the labor landscape and created a loyal workforce. When Carnegie decided to invest heavily in new steel production technologies, it was a rapid and unwavering commitment that propelled his empire to unparalleled heights. Indecision is often rooted in fear, fear of failure, fear of making the wrong choice, fear of criticism. But remember, a mediocre decision, swiftly executed, is often more productive than a perfect decision perpetually postponed. The act of making a decision, even an imperfect one, creates momentum. It forces you to move, to gather information, to learn, and to adapt. It is a declaration to the universe that you are ready to move forward. Cultivate the habit of swift and firm decision-making. Gather the necessary information, consult your Mastermind Alliance, and then with conviction make your choice. Once made, commit to it fully and adjust as needed. The path to financial abundance is paved with choices, and the ability to make them decisively is a hallmark of those who walk that path with purpose. Once decisions are made, the ultimate differentiator emerges: persistence. This is the indomitable spirit that refuses to acknowledge defeat, the unwavering resolve that pushes through adversity, the relentless pursuit of your definite purpose long after others have given up. Without persistence, definite purpose remains a dream, burning desire, an ember, faith, a flickering flame, and plans mere ink on paper. Every great fortune, every monumental achievement, every breakthrough invention has been forged in the crucible of persistence. Think of the countless setbacks Abraham Lincoln faced throughout his life: business failures, electoral defeats, personal tragedies. Yet he persisted, driven by an unwavering belief in a united nation. His resilience in the face of overwhelming odds is a testament to the power of persistence. Persistence is not simply stubbornness. It is a refined quality, born of definite purpose and burning desire. It is the ability to maintain a positive mental attitude in the face of temporary defeat, to learn from setbacks, and to adjust your approach without abandoning your ultimate goal. It is the refusal to accept no as a final answer. It is the willingness to try again and again and again until success is achieved. The world is littered with brilliant minds who failed to achieve their potential because they lacked persistence. They had the ideas, the intelligence, but not the staying power. They were easily deterred by criticism, by perceived failures, by the inevitable obstacles that arise on any path to greatness. Understand this: temporary defeat is not failure. It is a signal, a redirection, an opportunity to learn and grow. It is the universe testing your resolve, asking how badly you truly want it. Those who persist through the trials are the ones who ultimately claim their victories. This journey demands a constant self-assessment, a continuous learning from every experience, good or bad. It necessitates the cultivation of applied, specialized knowledge. Raw intelligence, while valuable, is insufficient for the attainment of financial abundance. What truly matters is the specific, organized, and practical knowledge relevant to your definite purpose. Edison didn't just have a general understanding of electricity. He possessed specialized knowledge in the field, gained through countless hours of study, experimentation, and relentless application. Ford didn't just dream of cars. He immersed himself in the mechanics of their construction and the processes of their mass production. Their fortunes were a direct result of their specialized knowledge, applied with purpose and persistence. In today's rapidly evolving world, specialized knowledge is more critical than ever. The Internet has democratized access to information, but it also creates a deluge of data. Your task is to identify the specific knowledge gaps related to your definite purpose and then aggressively seek to fill them. This might involve formal education, mentorship, continuous self-study, or hands-on experience. The key is application. Knowledge itself is not power. Applied knowledge is. It's about not just knowing what to do, but how to do it, and then actually doing it. This process of acquiring and applying specialized knowledge is never-ending. The world changes, industries evolve, and new opportunities emerge. Those who commit to lifelong learning, who continuously refine their skills and expand their expertise, are the ones who remain relevant, adaptable, and ultimately prosperous. Your mind is your greatest asset. Invest in its continuous education and refinement. And as you apply your specialized knowledge, as you build your plan, as you persist through challenges, you will inevitably encounter the power of the subconscious mind. This is the silent engine beneath the surface of your conscious thoughts, the colossal force that translates your dominant desires into their physical equivalent. Your subconscious mind works day and night, whether you are awake or asleep, constantly processing, interpreting, and ultimately acting upon the thoughts with which you feed it. It does not discriminate. It accepts whatever thoughts you impress upon it, whether positive or negative, constructive or destructive. This is why cultivating a positive mental attitude, flooding your mind with thoughts of success, abundance, and possibility is so profoundly important. If you constantly dwell on lack, on fear, on impossibility, your subconscious mind will obediently work to manifest those realities. But if you consistently feed it with thoughts of your definite purpose, with images of its attainment, and with unwavering faith, it will become your most powerful ally in bringing your desires into fruition. The technique of autosuggestion is key here. Repeatedly, with emotion and conviction, impress upon your subconscious mind the vivid image of your definite purpose achieved. Speak it aloud, write it down, visualize it relentlessly. This consistent, deliberate programming bypasses the conscious filters of doubt and fear and imprints your desire directly onto the subconscious. It is like planting a seed in fertile ground. With consistent nourishment, it will inevitably grow. This concept extends to your self-confidence. Your belief in yourself is the fuel that powers your engine of creation. A lack of self-confidence is a self-imposed prison, limiting your actions, stifling your ideas, and ultimately preventing you from pursuing your definite purpose with the necessary conviction. Self-confidence is not arrogance. It is a deep internal knowing of your capabilities, your value, and your right to achieve your desires. It is cultivated through action, through overcoming challenges, and through the consistent application of positive mental attitude. Every small victory, every step forward, every act of persistence builds your self-confidence. Fear and self-doubt are the great saboteurs of abundance. They whisper lies, amplify obstacles, and paralyze action. To overcome them, you must consciously and deliberately replace negative thoughts with positive ones. You must visualize yourself succeeding, reaffirm your abilities, and remind yourself of past achievements. Embrace the challenges as opportunities for growth, knowing that each one overcome strengthens your resolve and expands your capacity. The world responds to those who exude confidence, for confidence signals capability and conviction. And with that self-confidence comes the capacity for personal initiative. This is the self-starting quality, the willingness to take action without being told, to seize opportunities and to create them where none seem to exist. It is the difference between those who wait for something to happen and those who make something happen. Financial abundance is rarely handed to those who wait passively. It is pursued, it is earned, and it is built through relentless initiative. When you see a problem, take the initiative to find a solution. When you identify an opportunity, take the initiative to pursue it. When you have a vision, take the initiative to bring it to life. Think of Colonel Sanders, who after retiring took the initiative to travel the country selling his unique chicken recipe directly to restaurant owners. He didn't wait for an invitation. He created his own path, fueled by his belief in his product and his unwavering initiative. This quality is a magnet for success, attracting resources and opportunities to those who demonstrate it consistently. Personal initiative is intertwined with a sense of personal responsibility. It's about owning your choices, your actions, and ultimately your results. It's about recognizing that you are the architect of your own destiny, not a passive recipient of fate. This proactive stance, this readiness to act, is a distinguishing characteristic of those who achieve extraordinary financial success. The unwavering power of your mind, when properly directed, is a force beyond measure. This leads to the understanding of the power of the brain and the sixth sense. Your brain is not just a biological organ. It is a sophisticated receiver and transmitter of thought, a conduit through which you can connect with the infinite intelligence that permeates the universe. And the sixth sense, often referred to as intuition or the subconscious mind's direct connection to universal knowledge, is the silent guide that provides insights, inspirations, and solutions that defy logical explanation. The successful individuals throughout history have often spoken of hunches, gut feelings, or sudden flashes of insight that led them to revolutionary ideas or crucial decisions. These are manifestations of the sixth sense at work. It is the ability to tap into a higher form of intelligence, to receive guidance that transcends the limitations of conscious reasoning. This sixth sense is cultivated through the consistent application of all the principles discussed so far. As you align your definite purpose with burning desire, reinforce it with faith, plan meticulously, and persist relentlessly, you create a fertile ground for the subconscious mind to connect with universal intelligence. It's like tuning a radio. The more focused and clear your internal signal, the clearer the reception of insights. Many great inventors, artists, and business leaders have described experiencing breakthroughs not through laborious logical deduction, but through sudden intuitive flashes. They often attribute these insights to a higher source, a universal mind, or simply a deep intuitive knowing. To leverage this power, you must quiet the incessant chatter of the conscious mind, create space for introspection, and trust the guidance that emerges from within. Meditation, contemplation, and time spent in nature can all facilitate this connection. It's about learning to listen to the whispers of inspiration, trusting those inner promptings, and then acting on them. Finally, and perhaps most profoundly, the journey to financial abundance is intertwined with the principle of the golden rule and the law of equivalent exchange. True, lasting abundance is not simply about accumulation for accumulation's sake. It is about contributing value, serving others, and understanding that you receive in direct proportion to what you give. The golden rule, do unto others as you would have them do unto you, is not merely a moral platitude. It is a fundamental law of the universe that applies directly to financial success. When you consistently provide value, when you seek to serve others, when you approach your endeavors with integrity and a genuine desire to improve the lives of those you serve, you automatically set in motion a powerful current of reciprocity. The market, in its essence, rewards those who solve problems, meet needs, and create tangible value. This is the essence of equivalent exchange. You desire financial abundance, and in return, you must offer something of equivalent value, a service, a product, an idea, a solution. The greater the value you provide, the greater the abundance you will attract. This is why entrepreneurs who solve significant problems for large numbers of people often accumulate vast wealth. They are providing immense value. The most successful businesses are those that are built on a foundation of service and genuine contribution. They don't just sell products. They solve problems. They enhance lives. They bring convenience or joy. This selfless serving attitude, paradoxically, is the fastest path to self-enrichment. When your focus shifts from merely taking to genuinely giving, the floodgates of abundance begin to open. It is a fundamental truth. You cannot get something for nothing in this universe. Every gain has an equivalent exchange, and the most enduring and fulfilling gains come from providing immense value to the world. So, where does this leave you? Standing on the precipice of possibility, armed with the knowledge of these undeniable laws. The path to financial abundance is not a lottery ticket. It is a meticulously designed blueprint, available to anyone willing to study it, internalize it, and apply it with unwavering conviction. It demands a profound shift in consciousness. It demands that you cease being a victim of circumstance and become the master of your destiny. It demands that you shed the limiting beliefs that have held you captive and embrace the limitless potential that resides within you. The journey will not always be easy. There will be moments of doubt, periods of struggle, and tests of your resolve. But remember the stories of those who forged empires from audacious dreams. Carnegie, Edison, Ford, Disney. They faced monumental challenges, yet they persisted because their definite purpose was a burning fire within them, their faith unshakable, their plans meticulous, and their initiative boundless. They understood these laws, not as abstract theories, but as living, breathing principles that guided their every action. The time for wishing is over. The time for hoping is past. The time for waiting for external conditions to align is a wasted moment. The power to create your financial future resides not outside of you, but within you. It is in your capacity to define your purpose, to ignite your desire, to cultivate your faith, to build your alliances, to plan meticulously, to decide swiftly, to persist relentlessly, to acquire and apply specialized knowledge, to harness the power of your subconscious, to cultivate self-confidence, to take personal initiative, to tap into the wellspring of your intuition, and above all, to serve with integrity and provide immense value. This is not merely about accumulating wealth. It is about realizing your full potential, about contributing your unique gifts to the world, about living a life of profound purpose and freedom. The universe is waiting for you to declare your definite purpose with an unwavering voice, to step into your power and to claim the abundance that is rightfully yours, not as a gift, but as a direct consequence of your understanding and application of these undeniable laws. Rise up, declare your definite purpose, ignite your burning desire, cultivate unshakable faith, build your alliances, plan with precision, decide with conviction, persist without compromise, acquire wisdom, trust your intuition, serve with excellence. The world awaits your contribution, and abundance awaits your command. Go forth and create. And so we arrive at a critical juncture, having illuminated the fundamental laws that govern the acquisition of financial abundance. Yet, knowledge alone is a map without a journey. It is the raw material without the furnace, the blueprint without the construction crew. The true power lies not just in understanding these principles, but in their consistent application. It is in the relentless, unwavering, and almost obsessive commitment to putting these laws into action, day after day, hour after hour, until they become an indelible part of your being, until they manifest the reality you so vividly imagine. Consider the athlete who dreams of Olympic gold. They don't just study the techniques, they don't just visualize the victory. They rise before dawn. They train with agonizing discipline. They push their bodies beyond perceived limits. They endure pain and exhaustion, all in service of that definite purpose. Their success is not a random occurrence. It is the direct consequence of countless hours of consistent, focused application. The same immutable law applies to financial abundance. You cannot merely wish for it. You must work for it, strategically and persistently, guided by these principles. This consistent application demands a vigilant guard over your mind, for it is the battlefield where your destiny is forged or lost. The subconscious mind, as we discussed, is a powerful servant, but it will carry out whatever instructions you feed it. If you allow it to be polluted by doubt, fear, and negativity, it will manifest lack. Therefore, your daily ritual must include a conscious, deliberate infusion of positive, empowering thoughts. This means daily visualization. Spend dedicated time each day, both upon waking and before sleep, vividly imagining your definite purpose already achieved. See the details, feel the emotions, hear the sounds. Make it so real that your subconscious mind cannot distinguish between the imagined reality and a physical one. Affirmations with emotion. Speak your definite purpose aloud, repeatedly, with conviction and intense emotion. I'm attracting specific amount by specific date in exchange for specific service. Feel the truth of those words resonating within your being. Study and immersion. Continually feed your mind with material that reinforces these principles. Read empowering books. Listen to motivational audio. Engage with individuals who embody the success you seek. Starve your doubts and feed your faith. This consistent mental conditioning is not a luxury. It is a necessity. It is the relentless pruning of weeds in the garden of your mind, ensuring that only the seeds of abundance can flourish. Without this consistent effort, the negative programming of a scarcity-driven world will inevitably creep back in, undermining your resolve and derailing your progress. To further grasp the profound implications of consistent application, we must delve deeper into the architecture of your mind. We are not simply talking about abstract concepts. We are exploring the very mechanisms through which thought translates into tangible reality. Your mind operates on multiple levels, each playing a crucial role in your journey toward financial abundance. First, there is the conscious mind. This is your rational, logical, analytical mind. It processes information, makes decisions, and engages in critical thinking. It is the gatekeeper, deciding which thoughts are allowed to penetrate deeper into your subconscious. While it is vital for planning and problem solving, it is also the source of much of our self-doubt and limiting beliefs, constantly analyzing and often overanalyzing. The conscious mind can be easily swayed by external circumstances, a discouraging news report, a cynical friend, a temporary setback. Second, the subconscious mind. This is the powerhouse, the vast repository of all your experiences, beliefs, habits, and memories. It operates beyond your immediate awareness, tirelessly working to manifest whatever dominant thoughts and feelings are impressed upon it by the conscious mind. It does not rationalize or question. It simply accepts and acts. It is the fertile soil that grows whatever seeds are planted. If you consciously focus on scarcity, the subconscious will create scarcity. If you consciously focus on abundance, the subconscious will create abundance. This is why the principles of visualization, affirmation, and faith are so critical. They are direct lines of communication to this incredibly powerful, obedient servant. Third, and perhaps the most mysterious and potent, is the superconscious mind, or what Napoleon Hill often referred to as infinite intelligence. This is the realm of pure potential, the universal mind, the source of all inspiration, insight, and creative solutions. It is connected to everything, and it holds the blueprint for all possibilities. When you align your conscious and subconscious minds with a definite purpose and unwavering faith, you open a channel to this higher intelligence, receiving intuitive guidance, brilliant ideas, and synchronicities that seem almost miraculous. This is where your sixth sense truly comes alive, providing flashes of insight that transcend logical reasoning. The consistent application of these laws is precisely what harmonizes these three levels of mind. As you consciously define your purpose and desire, you feed it to your subconscious. As the subconscious accepts it, it begins to work on its manifestation, and simultaneously it opens a channel to the superconscious, drawing in the exact ideas, connections, and opportunities required for your goal to materialize. It's a beautifully orchestrated dance of mind, universe, and action. But beware the seductive siren call of procrastination. This is the subtle enemy that masquerades as rationalization, promising a better time or more perfect conditions. It is the insidious habit of delaying action, allowing your definite purpose to collect dust, your burning desire to cool, and your meticulously crafted plans to remain forever on paper. Procrastination is a direct assault on the principle of consistent application, the silent sabotage of your dreams. Think of the countless individuals who possess brilliant ideas but never act on them, who dream of financial freedom but never take the first decisive step. Their minds are filled with potential, but their lives remain stagnant because of the crushing weight of procrastination. It's a self-imposed paralysis, often rooted in fear of failure, fear of success, or simply the inertia of comfort. To conquer procrastination, you must understand its nature. It thrives on ambiguity and overwhelming tasks. Therefore, break down your definite purpose into the smallest, most actionable steps. Make the first step so tiny that it feels impossible to avoid. Then cultivate the habit of taking immediate action on the most important tasks, even when you don't feel like it. Discipline is not about feeling motivated. It's about doing what needs to be done, regardless of how you feel. The momentum generated by a single action often sparks the energy for the next. The act of doing clarifies the path, builds confidence, and shatters the illusion of overwhelming difficulty. Remember the power of the daily ritual. It is not the grand, sporadic gesture that builds empires, but the consistent, disciplined application of effort, day in and day out. The compounded effect of small, consistent actions far outweighs the impact of occasional bursts of brilliance. Beyond the internal architecture of the mind and the discipline of action, lies a universal law, often misunderstood in the pursuit of wealth, the law of reciprocity and contribution. True, lasting financial abundance is not a one-way street. It is an energetic exchange. You cannot genuinely receive until you have learned to genuinely give. And this giving is not limited to monetary donations. It encompasses your time, your talents, your knowledge, your service, and your sincere desire to uplift others. Consider the most financially successful individuals and organizations in history. They didn't simply hoard resources, they created immense value for others. Henry Ford provided affordable transportation, empowering millions. Andrew Carnegie provided the steel that built nations, facilitating infrastructure and industrial growth. Walt Disney provided joy, entertainment, and inspiration to generations. Their wealth was a direct reflection of the value they contributed to society. This is the essence of equivalent exchange in action. The universe is governed by balance. If you seek to acquire, you must first seek to provide. If you desire financial abundance, you must identify a need, a problem, a void in the market, and then dedicate yourself to providing a solution that serves others effectively. Your income will often be a direct measure of the scale and quality of the service you render. This principle extends beyond business transactions. Cultivate a spirit of generosity in all areas of your life. Be generous with your ideas, your encouragement, your appreciation. Look for opportunities to help others, to uplift them, to share your knowledge without expectation of immediate return. This creates a powerful, positive energy field around you, attracting more good into your life. The act of giving opens the channels of receiving. It aligns you with the natural flow of abundance in the universe. This concept also ties into the idea of personal magnetism and personality. Your overall demeanor, your attitude, and your interactions with others play a significant role in your ability to attract opportunities and resources. No one wants to collaborate with a cynical, self-serving, or perpetually negative individual. However, a person who exudes enthusiasm, integrity, optimism, and a genuine interest in others becomes a magnet for positive relationships, lucrative opportunities, and invaluable connections. Develop a magnetic personality by cultivating a positive mental attitude. This is the foundation. It radiates outward, influencing everyone you encounter. Practicing empathy. Understand and genuinely care about the needs and desires of others. Active listening. Give others your full attention. People respond to those who truly hear them. Expressing gratitude. Be genuinely thankful for every opportunity, every connection, every lesson. Gratitude expands your capacity to receive. Maintaining integrity. Be honest, trustworthy, and reliable. Your reputation is your most valuable asset. Enthusiasm. Let your passion for your definite purpose shine through. Enthusiasm is contagious. This personal magnetism isn't about being superficial. It's about embodying the very qualities you wish to attract. It's about becoming the person who naturally draws success and collaboration into their orbit, not through manipulative tactics, but through authentic character and genuine contribution. The path to financial abundance is rarely a straight line. It is a winding journey filled with unexpected turns, steep climbs, and unforeseen obstacles. This is where the true test of your resolve and the power of these laws truly come into play. Adversity is not a sign of failure. It is the crucible of character, the forge in which resilience is hammered into being, and the proving ground for your definite purpose. Every successful individual has faced monumental setbacks, crushing disappointments, and moments where giving up seemed the only rational choice. Think of the near bankruptcy faced by Walt Disney, the repeated rejections endured by J.K. Rowling, or the initial failures of countless tech giants. Their stories are not defined by the adversity itself, but by their unwavering response to it. This is where the principle of emotional control becomes paramount. When faced with setbacks, it is natural to feel disappointment, frustration, or even fear. However, allowing these negative emotions to dominate your mind is akin to handing the reins of your destiny over to them. They will paralyze your action, distort your judgment, and ultimately lead to surrender. Emotional control is not about suppressing your feelings. It's about acknowledging them, processing them, and then consciously choosing your response. It's about not allowing temporary defeat to define your entire outlook. It's about remembering your definite purpose and reminding yourself of your inherent capacity to overcome. This requires self-discipline, the ability to direct your thoughts and actions even when it's difficult. Perspective. Understanding that a single setback is not the end of the world, but a valuable learning opportunity. Resilience, the capacity to bounce back, to adapt, and to learn from every fall. Embrace adversity as a teacher. Every challenge overcome strengthens your resolve, expands your capabilities, and provides invaluable lessons. It is through these trials that your character is refined, your vision clarified, and your commitment deepened. The gold is not found on the surface. It is discovered through the arduous process of digging, sifting, and refining. Your financial abundance will be found in the same way. Related to this is the mastery of fear. Fear is the great illusionist, conjuring up imaginary obstacles and magnifying real ones until they seem insurmountable. Fear of poverty, fear of criticism, fear of ill health, fear of loss, fear of old age, fear of death. These 6 basic fears, as Napoleon Hill identified, cripple more potential than any external circumstance. They are mental chains binding you to mediocrity. To truly unleash your potential for abundance, you must confront and conquer your fears. This is not about being fearless. It's about acting in spite of fear. It's about understanding that fear is a projection, a mental construct, and that it often disappears the moment you take decisive action. To conquer fear, identify the specific fear. What exactly are you afraid of? Name it. Analyze its roots. Is it based on a real threat or an imagined one? Take action. The most powerful antidote to fear is action. Even a small step forward in the face of fear diminishes its power. Replace negative thoughts with positive ones. Consciously flood your mind with affirmations of courage and success. Remember the story of countless entrepreneurs who risked everything to bring their vision to life. They undoubtedly felt fear, but their definite purpose and burning desire transcended it. They understood that the comfort zone is a beautiful place, but nothing ever grows there. True growth and true abundance lie beyond the boundaries of fear. Now let us venture into a realm that, while perhaps less tangible, is no less critical to the comprehensive understanding of financial abundance, the subtle yet powerful influence of cosmic laws and universal alignment. These are the unseen forces, the deeper currents of existence that, when understood and respected, amplify your efforts exponentially. You are not merely a physical being, you are an energetic being pulsating with thoughts, emotions, and intentions. These vibrations interact with the vibrational field of the universe. The law of attraction, often oversimplified and misunderstood, is a fundamental cosmic law that states, like attracts like. Whatever you consistently hold in your mind, whatever emotions you predominantly feel, you are actively attracting to yourself. If your dominant thoughts are those of lack, struggle, and limitation, you are broadcasting a frequency that attracts more of the same. If your dominant thoughts are those of abundance, opportunity, and gratitude, you are broadcasting a frequency that attracts more of that. This isn't magic, it's physics. Everything is energy, and energy vibrates at different frequencies. Your thoughts and emotions are powerful vibrational signals. To truly align with financial abundance, you must consciously and consistently elevate your vibrational frequency. This means practicing gratitude. A deep, genuine appreciation for what you already have, no matter how small, immediately shifts your vibration to a higher frequency. Gratitude is the fastest way to attract more. It signals to the universe that you are ready for more blessings. Embracing joy. Actively seek out experiences that bring you joy and peace. Joy is a high-frequency emotion that attracts positive circumstances. Forgiveness. Holding on to resentment, anger, or grudges keeps you tethered to lower frequencies. Forgive others and, crucially, forgive yourself. Release the energetic baggage. Generosity. As discussed, Giving freely and with a sincere heart raises your vibration and opens the channels of receiving. Positive expectations. Expect good things to happen. Anticipate success. This positive expectation creates a magnetic pull for desired outcomes. This cosmic alignment is often subtle, manifesting as coincidences, luck, or serendipitous encounters. You meet the right person at the right time, you stumble upon the perfect solution, an unexpected opportunity arises. These are not random occurrences. They are the universe responding to your elevated vibration and your clear, consistent signal of definite purpose. When you are in alignment, the universe conspires in your favor. In a world obsessed with the tangible, the material, and the immediate, it is easy to lose sight of the profound power of the intangible assets that truly underpin lasting financial abundance. Money itself is merely a tool, a symbol of exchange. The true wealth lies in the qualities, the character, and the inner resources that enable you to generate and sustain wealth regardless of external circumstances. These intangible assets include integrity, your commitment to honesty, strong moral principles, and ethical conduct. Your word is your bond. This builds trust, which is the currency of all lasting relationships and successful ventures. Enthusiasm, the infectious energy and genuine passion for your work and your purpose. It inspires others, fuels your own drive, and makes the journey enjoyable. Self-discipline, the ability to control your impulses, manage your time effectively, and consistently take action aligned with your definite purpose, even when it's difficult. Mental toughness, the resilience to bounce back from setbacks, the fortitude to persist in the face of adversity, and the ability to maintain a positive mental attitude regardless of external challenges. Open-mindedness, the willingness to consider new ideas, adapt to change, and continuously learn and evolve. Stagnation is the enemy of abundance. Decisiveness, the ability to make firm, swift decisions and commit to them, understanding that momentum is key. Teamwork and collaboration, the skill of working effectively with others, leveraging collective genius, and contributing to a harmonious mastermind alliance. Health and vitality, your physical and mental well-being are foundational. Without sustained energy and clarity of mind, even the most brilliant plans will falter. Neglecting your health is neglecting your greatest asset. These are the true sources of enduring wealth. Money can be lost, markets can crash, external conditions can shift. But these intangible assets, once cultivated, remain with you, empowering you to rebuild, to innovate, and to thrive regardless of the external landscape. They are the bedrock of character from which true financial freedom springs. A final, profound understanding that elevates the pursuit of financial abundance beyond mere self-interest, aligning it with universal laws, is the realization that your definite purpose, when truly grand, often transcends your individual desires and connects with a greater good. The most enduring and impactful fortunes are often built by individuals whose definite purpose serves a larger segment of humanity, solves a significant problem, or contributes meaningfully to society. This isn't about altruism at the expense of profit. It's about recognizing that the universe rewards those who provide value on a grand scale. When your definite purpose is intertwined with a genuine desire to improve the lives of others, you tap into a wellspring of motivation, inspiration, and universal support that goes beyond what could be achieved through purely selfish motives. Think of the philanthropic endeavors of Carnegie, who, after accumulating his fortune, dedicated his life to building libraries and educational institutions, providing access to knowledge for millions. Or Bill Gates, who, after creating Microsoft, turned his formidable intellect and resources towards solving global health crises. Their initial drive for wealth was undoubtedly powerful, but their ultimate impact and sustained legacy came from leveraging that wealth for the betterment of humanity. This is not to say that every pursuit of financial abundance must directly solve global problems, but every product, every service, every idea, no matter how small, has the potential to add value to someone's life. When you infuse your definite purpose with a sincere intention to serve, to contribute, to uplift, you align yourself with the very flow of abundance in the universe. It's an energetic loop. You give, you receive, and the more you give, the more capacity you build to receive and then give even more. Your definite purpose, then, becomes a vehicle not just for your personal prosperity, but for your contribution to the collective. This elevates the pursuit of abundance from a transactional exchange to a transformative mission. And in that transformation, the universe opens its floodgates. And so we stand at the threshold of a profound truth. Financial abundance is not a privilege reserved for a chosen few. It is a direct consequence of understanding and applying the undeniable laws of the universe. These laws are not abstract theories or esoteric philosophies. They are living, breathing principles, accessible to anyone with the courage to claim them and the discipline to live by them. You have heard the echoes of history, the stories of titans who rose from obscurity to reshape the world. Carnegie, Edison, Ford, Disney, Lincoln, their legacies are not built on luck, but on a precise and unwavering adherence to these very laws. They were not extraordinary beings born with superhuman abilities. They were ordinary individuals who cultivated extraordinary minds and applied these principles with an almost fanatical devotion. And if they could do it, if they could manifest their audacious dreams into tangible reality, then so can you. The excuses, the doubts, the fears, they are nothing more than mental constructs, prison bars forged in the fires of limited thinking. Shatter them. Understand that the greatest barrier to your abundance resides not in the external world, but within the confines of your own mind. You possess within you the latent power, the inherent capacity, the infinite potential to create, to achieve, and to attract the financial abundance you desire. Your definite purpose awaits your unwavering declaration. Your burning desire yearns for release. Your faith is ready to be ignited into an unquenchable flame. Your Mastermind Alliance is waiting to be forged. Your plans are ready to be meticulously crafted. Your decisions are ready to be made with unwavering conviction. Your persistence is ready to be summoned in the face of every challenge. Your specialized knowledge is ready to be acquired and applied. Your subconscious mind is ready to be programmed for triumph. Your self-confidence is ready to be unleashed. Your personal initiative is ready to seize every opportunity. And your connection to infinite intelligence is waiting to guide you. This is your moment. This is your undeniable mandate. The universe is not a chaotic, indifferent force. It is a precise, responsive system that mirrors your dominant thoughts and emotions. It is waiting for you to step into your power, to align your internal world with your external aspirations, and to declare with every fiber of your being that you are ready to receive the abundance that is your birthright. The path is clear. The laws are defined. The tools are within your grasp. Do not merely listen to these words, internalize them. Do not merely understand these principles, embody them. Let them become the very fabric of your thought, the driving force of your action, the unwavering compass of your life. Go forth, not with hope, but with absolute certainty. Go forth not with hesitation, but with bold, decisive action. Go forth not as a seeker, but as a creator. The future you envision, the financial abundance you desire, is not a distant dream. It is an inevitable manifestation of your definite purpose, relentlessly pursued and consistently applied. The time for waiting is over. The time for creation is now. Begin, act, persist. The undeniable laws of financial abundance await your command. Your legacy begins today.